Hello, we're here today with Eric Ries, the author of the bestseller, The Lean Startup. So now, Eric, you're on a mission here. You're really passionate about this. Can you enlighten us as to why?
When I became an entrepreneur, most of the companies that I built failed. And at first I thought it was just me. You know, I hadn't been visionary enough or worked as hard as the people in the movies and magazines who have that kind of success. And then, especially when I moved to Silicon Valley and I started to work with so many incredibly talented people, what I would see is that their companies would fail and the next companies would fail. And I started to look around at the incredible waste of this just most precious talent being poured into companies that, when you really thought about it, were doomed from the start because they were building the wrong things. You know, whenever I get confused about what I'm doing, I always get back to that point, is how much of our most creative people's time are we wasting, and is there something we could do about it to put that time to better use?
Now let's talk about the upside. When this is done right, what's the big upside? Why do we care?
Well, what's exciting is to see entrepreneurs succeed. Because entrepreneurs, you know, uniquely as a job, entrepreneurship is a job that allows you to change the world and make customers' lives better and create something of lasting value all at the same time. And as you know, it's an exhilarating experience when it works. And as I think we both can attest, when it's not working, it can be really painful, really humiliating. And, you know, the short answer is we want to increase the success rate of entrepreneurs worldwide. And that is, there are more entrepreneurs practicing today than at any time in history. And so if you think about just the number of new products being built across the whole world, if we could make even a slight percentage improvement in their success rate, think about how much more awesome the world would be.
Well, let's talk about success. Are there successful companies that use the approaches that you teach?
Absolutely, and one of the things I really enjoyed about writing the book was getting to document case studies, you know, including some from Intuit, of companies that have applied these ideas. The companies that I think people are most familiar with, the stories of companies, it tends to be the public story after the company is successful and it's time to coronate the founder as a genius. And I've been the beneficiary of that kind of press, and I appreciate it. The stories that I was really excited to be able to unearth were for companies that aren't the everyday name, household names. So companies like an Austin-based company called Food on the Table, that instead of building a really complicated technology at the beginning, did something we call the concierge minimum viable product, where they actually met with customers in the Starbucks in the parking lot of the customer's grocery store and delivered them the service by hand in order to learn what customers actually would want and would pay for. Or a company called Alphabet Energy that is building a waste heat reclamation technology that typically you'd think about that as a multi-year development cycle, but they found a way to manufacture that using silicon and semiconductor fabricators so that they can go from a new CAD drawing of a version of the product to a physical prototype in their hand in 6 weeks. Those are the companies that are really on the cutting edge of entrepreneurship practice.